Have you ever wondered about the strategic importance of Ayungin Shoal and its implications for regional stability? Well, it's time to pay attention because China has just issued a staggering ultimatum for the Philippines, an alleged 30-day deadline to vacate Ayungin Shoal. This ultimatum bears a lot of weight, not only for the Philippines but also for the entire region. Nestled within the contested waters of the South China Sea, Ayungin Shoal is a significant piece in the chessboard of power. The Philippines, in a bid to safeguard its interests, has been fortifying the outpost on the BRP Sierra Madre, stationed on Ayungin Shoal. This outpost is a crucial shield, preventing China from seizing control of the area. But why is China so interested in this shoal? Well, it's all about strategic advantage. If China gains control over Ayungin Shoal, it could potentially pave the way for China to expand its influence and control over the region. This could significantly shift the delicate balance of power in the South China Sea, a prospect that raises serious concerns for regional stability. The Philippines, however, isn't ready to back down. Filipino President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has vowed to respond to China's aggressive actions, even as incidents of the Chinese Coast Guard blocking supplies to the outpost escalate tensions. Allies, including the United States, have also offered support, reaffirming their commitment to a mutual defense treaty. But what if the Philippines refuses to comply with the ultimatum? The consequences could be dire, ranging from escalating tensions to possible military confrontations. This is a high-stakes game, and every move has profound implications. What if the ultimatum is a trap? Could China be setting the stage for a larger power play? And how does this ultimatum affect the balance of power in the region? Keep watching until the end for the answer. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give this video a like. There's a lot more to this story and you don't want to miss it. Why would China issue such a staggering ultimatum? This question, my friends, is where we dive into the chessboard of power, the geopolitical landscape that is currently in flux. China's ultimatum is not just a simple demand, it's a strategic move, a calculated decision made on the global stage. You see, Ayungin Shoal is more than just a piece of rock in the West Philippine Sea. It's a symbol of control, a sign of dominance, and a strategic location for whoever holds it. By issuing this ultimatum, China is essentially staking its claim, asserting its power and testing the waters, so to speak. But there's more to it than meets the eye. This move by China isn't just about the Philippines. It's about the United States and other global powers. It's a challenge, a gauntlet thrown down. It's China saying, this is our territory. What are you going to do about it? The United States, with its mutual defense treaty with the Philippines, is now in a predicament. How will it respond? Will it stand by its ally and risk escalating tensions? Or will it choose to stay on the sidelines, potentially damaging its credibility? This is the dilemma that the chessboard of power presents. And let's not forget about the other nations watching from the sidelines. How will they react? Will they step in to maintain the balance of power, or will they too choose to remain bystanders? This is not just about Ayungin Shoal. It's about the balance of power in the South China Sea and by extension the world. It's about the clash of ideologies, the struggle for control and the fight for sovereignty. It's a chess game, and the pieces are starting to move. So, what happens if the Philippines refuse to comply with the ultimatum? What are the potential consequences? The board is set, the pieces are moving, and the next move could very well define the future of the region. Stay tuned as we delve into the potential consequences in the next scene. What if the Philippines decide to stand their ground? This is a question that many are asking, and the answer could have far-reaching consequences. If the Philippines refuses to comply with the ultimatum, we could be looking at a range of potential outcomes. Firstly, there's the possibility of military conflict. China has shown its willingness to flex its military muscles in the past, and this situation could be no different. A refusal from the Philippines could be seen as a direct challenge to China's authority, potentially provoking a military response. However, it's important to remember that any form of military aggression would not only escalate tensions, but also risk a larger regional conflict. Then, there's the economic aspect. China could impose economic sanctions on the Philippines, which would undoubtedly have a significant impact on the country's economy. China is a major trading partner for the Philippines, and any disruption of this relationship could lead to serious economic fallout. It could also push the Philippines closer to other regional powers, reshaping the economic dynamics of the region. Diplomatically, non-compliance could lead to a fallout. It could strain the Philippines' relationships with other countries, especially those that have strategic alliances with China. Yet it could also rally international support for the Philippines, particularly from nations that have been wary of China's increasing assertiveness in the region. In all of this, the role of international law cannot be overlooked. The Philippines could appeal to international law for protection. The country has previously won a case at the Permanent Court of Arbitration, affirming its rights in the South China Sea. If China were to ignore this and proceed with aggressive actions, it could face significant international condemnation. The potential for international intervention also looms large. The United States, for instance, has a mutual defense treaty with the Philippines and has expressed its commitment to uphold it. Should the situation escalate to a military conflict, it could trigger international involvement, further complicating the scenario. But the question remains, is this ultimatum a trap set by China? As we delve deeper into this situation, we'll explore this theory and its implications in our next segment. Could this ultimatum be a clever trap set by China? Now, there's a question that's been looming in the geopolitical sphere. Let's delve into this intriguing theory, shall we? Consider this: China, a global superpower, issues a 30-day deadline to the Philippines, a nation not as militarily mighty. This in itself is a power move designed to assert dominance. But could there be a more cunning game afoot? The Ayungin Shoal, where the Philippines' grounded BRP Sierra Madre sits, is strategically significant. It's a barrier to China's control over the West Philippine Sea. So what if this ultimatum is a bait, luring the Philippines into a false sense of security? By leaving the shoal, the Philippines might inadvertently open a door for China to strengthen its foothold in the disputed waters. But let's take this theory a step further. What if this ultimatum is not just about the shoal, but is a part of a larger scheme to test the waters, so to speak? It could be a calculated move to gauge the reaction of not only the Philippines, but also its allies like the United States. This could be a way for China to assess the strength of these alliances and the extent to which they'd be willing to go to defend the Philippines. If the Philippines complies with the ultimatum and its allies do not react strongly, it could embolden China to continue with its aggressive actions in the region. However, if this is indeed a trap, it could put the Philippines in a precarious position. It would have to carefully navigate the situation to avoid escalating tensions, while also maintaining its sovereignty and protecting its interests. And what about the region? Well, this could significantly impact the stability and balance of power in the South China Sea and beyond. It could set a precedent for how disputes are handled, potentially leading to a shift in the regional dynamics. So, what is the best course of action for the Philippines in this complex situation? Well, that's a question for the next chapter. Keep watching until the end for the answer. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give us a like. It only takes 3 seconds. What should the Philippines do in response to this ultimatum? The road ahead is undoubtedly treacherous, but not impassable. The first weapon in the Philippines' arsenal is diplomacy. It's not about backing down or showing weakness, but about navigating the web of international relations with finesse. Dialogue, negotiation, and mutual understanding can often diffuse tensions that seem insurmountable. Next, we have military preparedness. While no one wants an escalation into open conflict, it's crucial that the Philippines stands ready to protect its sovereignty. Strengthening the outpost on BRP Sierra Madre, as mentioned in previous news reports, could provide a crucial line of defense and a bargaining chip in diplomatic talks. Then we can't overlook the power of international alliances. The Mutual Defense Treaty with the United States could be invoked in case of an attack, providing a significant deterrent against any aggressive action. Furthermore, rallying support from other nations in the region and beyond could put additional pressure on China to reconsider its stance. Finally, the importance of strategic planning and preparation cannot be overstated. The Philippines needs to anticipate possible scenarios, prepare for them, and remain flexible enough to adapt to changing circumstances. It's a delicate balancing act between asserting sovereignty, maintaining regional stability, and avoiding unnecessary conflict. This is not just a fight for a single shoal, but a struggle for the future of the region. It's about standing up for the principles of international law and the rights of small nations. It's about ensuring that might does not make right. And the answer to the question we left unanswered in the first chapter. Yes, this ultimatum could indeed be a trap, but the Philippines must tread carefully to avoid falling into it. Subscribe for more amazing content and keep wondering. Don't miss out on future explorations and discoveries. Hit subscribe and ring the bell to stay updated with our new content. Your journey of wonder continues with every video. Stay connected and engaged on social media. Continue the conversation, follow us. Thank you for being a part of the Have You Ever Wondered community. Keep wondering, keep discovering. Until next time.